My last game got some epic reviews like worst game ever. I've done this a lot before in the past, but honestly out of all the games I played, this one is the worst. I would like to take this opportunity to prove Mr. JRK TV Gaming wrong by making an even worse game. The biggest mistake that I made while making my previous game was the fact that I gave only 4 options to kill the stickman. I learned from this mistake and decided to give only 2 options this time. So I quickly fired up Unity to create a new project. You must be thinking that I'm hella stupid to start working on this project without even thinking about an idea. Well, I do think about ideas for my game, but not before making them, but rather while making them. I call this procedural idea generation. And by following this methodology I've come up with many groundbreaking titles like Fertilize.io, FAP Simulator, and of course Kill the Stickman. After creating the project I went to Witch.io to get some assets for building the environment. Then I made a small environment for the players to play and added a character to the scene. Now since I cannot come up with original jokes, I would copy another famous YouTuber's joke and say that is it just me or the character is looking kinda thick. Since my character was looking like someone who embraces the monkey culture, I decided to give him 2 weapons. A banana and a sword. Which again is a banana but a comically large one. And again I'm trying to keep the humor as original as I possibly can. As a part of my procedural idea generation methodology, I shared my progress with my friends and they suggested some really epic ideas for me to develop, like rub the banana to make it longer, but swing it too much and it shrinks. I started implementing the ideas into my game, and with hours of hard work I finally managed to convert my thick boy into a sticky boy. Jokes apart, the character was working fine now and it was time to bring in some enemies. Now because I'm lazy as shit, I simply yoinked the enemy model from my previous game and put it here. After the mechanics and animations for the enemies were done, they looked somewhat like this. Now, as I had decided earlier, I gave the players only 2 options to kill the stickman. You can either hack him to death using your comically large banana or let him slip to death over the regular one. Then I began designing the game's UI system. I added a health bar for the player and a skull sprite to denote your score, that is the number of players you have killed. Then I made a score and a high score system. You might think the game is ready, but wait, the real torture begins now. Also, the music is getting pretty boring, let's change that to something epic.
Go back, I want to be monkey!
I found this really epic free-for-profit monkey track on YouTube and decided to include it in my game. I'll post the link to the track in the description. Thanks CXSR, very cool. To make my game even more worse, I added sound effects that would torture a rational human being to death. This included an epic throw sound, slipping sound, running sound, and of course generic laugh. Finally, to make the game unplayably worse, I added rewarded ads that can be used to revive you once during the game, along with a leaderboard so that you are forced to see them in order to be on top. Hee hee boy.